And here we go with another look through a Disney Adventures magazine. Yes, I finally found the next issue. It was a little tricky. These older magazines are a little hard to find for a decent price. But I finally found one, so let's peruse it. Now, based on the feedback I got from the last video, apparently not everybody liked that I was reading the entire magazine and giving commentary on it. I got a couple comments, a little bit of feedback saying that I should either do one or the other. I should either make it a full ASMR, just read the whole magazine, or I should skim through it and just give my commentary here and there. Fair enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to meet you halfway. I'm going to skim through the non-fiction articles. I'm just going to summarize most of it. Maybe for the shorter subjects, I'll read that aloud. And I'm going to give a little bit of commentary on it. I'm going to give a little bit of where these people that they're talking about are now, where these plans have taken people, if they have taken off. But for the comics and the stories, I am going to read them out loud because I want to. They're fun. Okay, is that a deal? We'll see. So, for this magazine, this is the December 10th, 1990 issue. So, it's the Christmas issue, as you can see by Fred Savage there, riding in Santa's sleigh. Yeah, we all know Fred Savage. He was the kid from The Wizard and Little Monsters. And he showed up in The Princess Bride sometimes. And later, he was the Blue Octopus in that Nick Jr. show. Oswald? I think it was Oswald. And I think he guest hosted something, but I don't know what. And most recently, he was the executive producer on the remake of The Wonder Years, which of course he was also in. And he was recently fired from executive producing for, say it with me, alleged sexual misconduct. Now, I don't mind people being found guilty for sexual crimes, but can we at least find them guilty before we start calling them guilty? Yeah, but that's too depressing to go further into. So, we got Fred Savage here in a black and white checkered shirt and a little white hat. I thought that he was like wearing a Santa hat way far back on his head, so only the white part was showing, but no, that's just a white beanie. And he is surrounded by the rescue rangers. We have Monterey Jack right there, and I believe that's Chip and that's Dale. I always get them mixed up. I didn't follow the Rescue Rangers that much when I was younger. And originally I thought that Chip was falling to his death here, but no, Fred Savage has caught him, so good. Chip has been saved from the 3,000-foot drop to a pizza on the sidewalk below. Anyway, Fred Savage hangs out. I think that's what he's being accused of right now. Spies, codes, and secret stuff, not including the secret recipe for the Krabby Patties. Amazing kid athletes, amazing! Plus comics, puzzles, and games. None of which we're probably going to play, because somebody has already gone through and solved these, probably. Official publication of the Disney Afternoon. Tailspin, Gummy Bears, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and DuckTales. No gargoyles, though. They haven't been invented yet. Nor Schnookums and Meat. Shame that. Alright, we open them up, and we see real rookie cards. Yes, you can get cards of your favorite NFL rookies. You know, the guys that aren't going to be around in 3 months. And we have another one of those Bazooka bubblegum comic ad things, which did anyone ever chew Bazooka bubblegum? Just that bland pink stuff? I don't know, I always went for the Hubba Bubba. And yeah, this comic here, that's basically the same quality that you find on a Bazooka bubblegum thing. Do they still do that? Do they still put comics in Bazooka bubblegum? I don't know. That is literally all I know about Bazooka bubblegum. Other than it's just regular, bland stuff. Bland pink stuff. Yep, Sedillo. I think that's how you say it. Mission Impossible, that's what putting a magazine together is like. So we pretended we were secret agents and wrote about spies. When we got bored, we looked outside our 29th floor offices and decided to show you some other tall buildings. Then we wanted to have fun, so we listened to Wilson Phillips' new record and read comics. But the real thrill was putting this magazine to bed. That's when it goes to the printer. Now we get to work on the next issue. See ya! You know, that's a cute way of saying we work 16 hours a day for minimum wage and everything that we write down is hacked to death by the editors. The joys of commercial writing, everyone. And here's another ad for the Disney Afternoon on compact disc or cassette. And that is a very long case for a CD case. I don't know, that looks like something for the 3DO, which I don't know why the 3DO had those really long cases. They were long cases, and the CD game was just tucked away in a corner. I don't know, maybe they helped them stand out, but it was just a waste of cardboard in my opinion. Let's see, passport. These are the table of contents. And zip code, mail. Disney Adventures needs you. Send us your letters. Well, you can't do that anymore because the magazine has been defunct for over 15 years now. I've played baseball for 3 years now, and I never caught a fly ball until the other day. However, it wasn't with my hands. We needed 2 outs, and there was a girl on second base. Ooh, a girl on second base. You're in trouble now. The ball was hit right to me in the air, and it was amazing. I caught it with my nose. I saw that the girl on second had run to third, so I ran up to second base with the ball and tagged the base. We won the game! That was the only time I ever caught a fly ball and made a double play. Thank you, Catherine Miller from Dallas, Texas. I'm sure you tell that story to your grandkids. I would like to see more pictures of new rides in your magazine. So would I. I'd also like some information about how Walt Disney World was made. So would I. When it was made, and who the real characters are. So am I. Thank you, Evan Sherman, for being so like-minded. My most exciting adventure was the first time I went skiing. I did this with my father, mother, and sister at Mount Bachelor in Oregon after moving to Oregon from Tennessee. Thank you, Paige K. Dragon from Lake Oswego, Oregon. I went skiing once. Oh man, that was like when I was 5, maybe. All I really remember about skiing was that my parents had to hold me down on the way down the hill, and the skis were very heavy on the ski lift. That's literally all I remember. I don't think I'm ever going to go skiing. I just don't see the need. Here is the Skittles ad, like we saw in the last issue, with people just being bored with a bunch of packs of Skittles. Adventures marks the spots for incredible treasures, and this is all the stuff you can find in the next issue, which I don't know why they're putting it here and not at the end of the issue, but whatever. And here's a Q&A for Fred Savage. And according to this, Fred Savage is just like any other kid, except he's got to run to change clothes, or he's got to sign some autographs. But, you know, other than that, just a 100% regular kid, except he's not a kid anymore. He's like 50-something, I don't know. What is the most disgusting thing you ever put in your mouth? I once had caviar, and that was gross, and I once had snails. Yes, I can relate to both of those. I've had caviar and snails. Caviar is just pure salt, and the snails I had, it tasted like erasers, just dirty pencil erasers. Ugh, not trying those again. When do your parents get the maddest at you? When I beat up on my brother and sister. Yes, I can relate to that too. I had very bratty siblings that I was not allowed to fight back. I mean, they could beat the crap out of me, but if I so much as patted them on the back, then I'd get slapped across the face. Are parents still allowed to do that? If you could change one thing about your personality, what would it be? I'd be a better conversationalist on the phone. Oh, yeah, I can definitely relate to that one, too. I wish I was more social. I am a very shy introvert, so... How about physically? Is there anything you'd change about yourself if you could wave a magic wand? I'd like to be taller. So, wait, what are you right now? I'm 5 feet now, so I'm not asking for... Okay, but you're like 15 right now. So isn't 5 feet pretty tall for 15? I don't know. I'm only like 5'10". What is the coolest article of clothing you own? He clearly has a Steven Tyler shirt there, which I want one. Or is that a Mick Jagger shirt? I don't know. Either way, I want one. What was the happiest moment of your life when he found out about the Emmy nominations that year? And... So did he actually win, or was he just nominated? I don't know, I didn't look into that one. If you could invent a miracle gadget that would make your personal life easier, what would it be? Well, yeah, it just goes for the obvious homework machine or room cleaner machine, you know, like all the other kids. When you're old enough to drive, what car do you want? He wants a sort of sports car, an extra wide sports car, a minivan, and a Miata put together with a convertible. Inventive. Do you have nightmares? Sometimes I dream of monsters. I get real scared. I don't want to get up because I'm really scared. I get nightmares where I have no idea what's going on. Those are the scariest type of nightmares. What's the scariest you've been in real life? He found out his grandpa had cancer. Oh, yes, I can relate to that one too. Oof. What are the 7 things you hate the most? Okay, just regular kid stuff. Going to bed early, getting off the phone, stop watching television, brother and sister coming into my room, have to turn off the Nintendo when he's getting far. Oh, yeah, I relate to that one. 7 things that make it happy, family, friends, playing video games, television. Let's see, reading. He did some writing. He did a poem. And everyone must leave the house that they love. Yeah, he had to leave his dad. He lives in Chicago. I don't know the story behind that. I wonder if his dad's a scumbag or really helpful, or I don't know. From what I understand, child stars usually have at least one bad parent that just wants to mooch off their, yeah. And he only gets $9 a week allowance, so. I hope that means that all the money he was making for his acting gigs was being put away. So, but that's admirable, actually. He's a child star, but he only got a regular weekly allowance. So yeah, that's what I suggest for a young kid. No matter how famous they are, just you need to control their money. Otherwise, they're not going to get valuable money skills for later in life. And let's see. Yes, he wants to play in the Super Bowl. I don't know if he actually did. And here's the Little Mermaid graphic novel ad that we saw in the last magazine. And here's a little bit about Wilson Phillips. Yeah, they're that band from the early 90s, most famous for their single, Hold On For One More Day, and a couple other songs that actually did reach #1, but have mostly been lost to history. And they are related to the Mamas and the Papas and the Beach Boys. Wendy Wilson is the daughter of Brian Wilson, which, like I said in the last issue, you have my utmost respect and deepest condolences. So yeah, just basically them talking about how they started their little group and yeah, they knew each other since they were really young, and they originally sounded like chipmunks, so I'm glad that they grew out of that, and did most of the work themselves. That's admirable. And yeah, so Wilson Phillips is technically still around. They just get together whenever they feel like it, just go on tour. Haven't really created much since the early 90s, but they're doing what they like to do, so that's admirable. Other kids who followed in their dad's musical tracks. Ziggy Marley, son of Bob Marley. Yeah, Ziggy Marley did the theme song to the Magic School Bus. No, not the Magic School Bus. That was a Little Richard. Arthur, he did the theme song to Arthur. Yeah, I'm getting my early 90s PBS shows mixed around. So, yeah, he did the theme song to Arthur. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You can learn to work and play and get along with each other. Julian Lennon, son of John Lennon. Unfortunately, I don't know him. I know Sean Lennon. Sean Lennon did some backing vocals on some Deltron 3030 songs. That's all I know about him, though. And Dweezil Zappa, son of Frank Zappa, Dweezil Zappa was the voice of the pig character in Duckman. That's all I know about him. And here's an ad for Chester Cheetah and Cheetos Puffs. As I said before, I don't care for regular Cheetos Puffs. For regular cheese puffs, I want cheese puffs with some flavor to them, like grilled cheese and tomato soup, or blue cheese and buffalo wing, or not the jalapeno, though. I don't care for the jalapeno flavor. And here's all the video news. Want to spend Christmas with Corey Haim? No. No. Ooh, that did not age well at all. Check out his new video, Me, Myself, and I. I'll hear Corey talk about his movie career, fans, and his big romances. Probably nothing about his severe drug problem, though. If you liked this summer's blockbuster, Dick Tracy, Rent, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, all-time classic. Scrooged, all-time classic. It's a Wonderful Life, all-time classic. Christmas Story, classic. Miracle on 34th Street, classic. White Christmas, don't know that much about that one. Really old one. Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus. Oh, that's a movie? I didn't know that one. And The Red Shoes. That's an old one. That's all I know about that one. And great holiday releases. Paul Hogan returns in the comedy Almost an Angel, and this time he plays an ex-con who gets some heavenly advice from an angel. Haven't heard of that one. He did recently make another Crocodile Dundee movie, from what I understand, and well, it's basically like every other long overdue sequel. You know, it's like this character from the 80s or 90s. He or she makes another appearance in modern times, and they realize that what they did back in the 80s or 90s wasn't okay, is no longer okay to do in modern times. You know, it's the Austin Powers formula. Seemingly every long overdue sequel or remake just follows the Austin Powers formula, you know, where he's in the 60s and then he's in the 90s and he can't do the things in the 90s that he did in the 60s. That just seems to be the regular formula for these, well, like I say, these long overdue remakes and sequels. Winona Ryder had to leave her new home in the Big Apple to star with Cher in the movie Mermaids. A bit of a cult classic there, from what I understand. We caught camera crews in Burbank, California, filming Lou Diamond Phillips' new action thriller, Mind Games. Now that threw me off, so that sounds like something that I'd want to know more about, so I looked it up and found nothing. Yeah, apparently this is a movie that was never released, that was never finished. All I could find were some articles from around that time talking about Lou Diamond Phillips making that movie. And that was it. That happens. Movies run into too much technical difficulty, or they run out of money and they just get abandoned. You know, just in case you thought that recent Batgirl fiasco was something only seen in modern times. Let's see, he was in Young Guns 2, and John Candy was Uncle Buck, and he was also in Delirious. And what does Tom Selleck have to say about all the kidding around in Three Men and a Little Lady? Well, he'd probably say that was that was the worst movie he's ever been in. Okay, I don't know if it's the worst movie he's ever been in, but it is reviled as one of the worst sequels ever made, so yeah, I wouldn't imagine he had good things to say about it. Holiday birthdays, Corey Haim, Alyssa Milano, Jason Bateman, and Joe McIntyre. Good for them. Win the Adventure of a Lifetime. We saw this in the last issue, and it is very badly printed here. In fact, a lot of pages in this magazine are very off-center, because that's just something that happened way back when they actually did regular magazines. So yeah, play the Color Me Adventurous game and look for your game piece and your chance to win. Yes, find out what it's like to be a Disney animator. See what it's like to work 16 hours a day in a sweat box with a supervisor coming along every hour or so saying, wrong, do it again, wrong, do it again, wrong, do it again, and making you feel like garbage every hour of every day. Yep, wonderful. Disney Adventures, as big as your imagination. It's an ad for Disney Adventures, only featuring the last issue because, you know, there's only been 2 issues of this published so far. So we got a kid, and he's in the jungle, and there's a tiger, and there's a snake. So yeah, subscribe to our magazine and get eaten. Now we got news about music and TV, so... Sawfire's smooth ballad with Tommy Page, Don't Give Up on Love, sent the soul singer to the top of the charts. I don't know that one. Tiffany's latest album, New Inside, is soon to be sold out. Do we know Tiffany for anything else besides her cover of I Think We're Alone Now? Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Because I don't think we do. But she did feature in a couple Asylum movies, so we'll probably see her eventually on my other show. Let's see, John Bon Jovi for Young Guns 2, Blaze of Glory, all-time classic. Gunnar and Matthew Nelson, hottest albums, don't know them. Lilac Times and Love for All, don't know that one. Paul Morrissey, Bona Drag, don't know that one. Madonna, found time to do a greatest hits album, good for her. Best Christmas video buy, Get Out of the Shower. What? Learn easy steps into a great singing voice with Roger Love and some of his students, including Shaina Phillips, John Stamos, the Nelsons, and more. Well, I tend to avoid things with John Stamos in them, so no thank you. December is the best time for great TV specials. The new Kids on the Block Saturday morning series is such a hit, they're doing a Christmas show for ABC. Mark Wahlberg is not invited. Watch for The Simpsons Christmas special. That's how they got their start last year. Yeah, from what I understand, The Simpsons... Oh man, this is printed like when The Simpsons first started. But yeah, The Simpsons started on a Christmas special because that was one of the highest quality episodes of the first season, which is sad. That's actually common with quite a few TV shows, from what I understand, at least back then. They will produce a lot of episodes, and then they'll take the best episode of that season and show it first. They did that with Gumball. They showed the DVD because that was the highest quality episode of that season, which, having seen that first season, yeah, absolutely. I think they did that with Ed and Eddie as well. Like, they didn't show the first episode, what was supposed to be the first episode, because nobody liked it, so they showed the second episode instead. And apparently for The Simpsons, their Christmas special was the best quality episode of their first season, so that's amazing that The Simpsons got a second season after that. And, you know, we haven't heard anything about The Simpsons since. It's certainly not still going. No, not at all. Anyway, hysterical holiday episode of Married with Children. Rumor has it the Bundys might star in their own feature film. That didn't happen, but from what I hear, they are getting an animated show with most of the original cast returning, so we'll see where that goes. Lights, a great story about the first Hanukkah, don't know that one. A Child's Christmas in Wales, don't know that one. Muppet Family Christmas, yes, that's an all-time classic. See, there it is, being all classically. And they're talking about books, Matilda, the classic, Charlotte's Web, classic, Wrinkle in Time, classic. Not so much the movies. There have been 2-3 different adaptations of A Wrinkle in Time, and none of them are very good. And then, of course, the classic Christmas specials down here, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, A Charlie Brown Christmas, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. What, no love for the Christmas light? You know, the very first 3D animated Christmas special? Oh wait, that wasn't even released yet. Neither was Rhapsody Street Kids. Ah, the days when we could live in blissful ignorance of the Rhapsody Street Kids. Good times. And talk about excitement. Americans buy more than 26 million candy canes every holiday season, and they only eat 0.0000001% of those. Everything else, all the others, turn to mush in some Christmas bucket somewhere. DuckTales! Woo! Yep, it's the classic DuckTales game for the NES. At least I assume it's classic. I've never actually played the original version for the NES. I did play DuckTales Remastered, though. That was a lot of fun, and I fully beat that. I even went through the expert mode where you, like, start with only a limited amount of lives, and everyone's out to kill you, and if you lose all your lives, you have to start from the very beginning. So, you know, classic NES difficulty there. And speaking of DuckTales, that is our first comic. DuckTales Criminal Convention. Well, that's a stupid idea. Why would all the criminals gathered in a convention? It's like all the chickens gathering in one place where the foxes can easily pick them off. Yeah, whatever. Clang, 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 clang. Huh? What? Okay, let's see how my Scrooge McDuck goes this time. Somebody's trying to break into my house. It's the alarm in the study, lads. Let's go. Right behind you, Uncle Scrooge. Hey, you, come back with that. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's the alarm in the game room. Wait, that portrait was painted by the great Malardo de Beakley himself. Good, I've always admired his work. Thanks, Scroogey dear. Come on, lads, we'll get her outside. Not again. It's the kitchen alarm this time, sir. Another robbery? Is this pink on Uncle Scrooge Day? That's it. Scrooge McDuck's taking all he's gonna take on this. Give me back that fork or yikes. What does that say on the dog collar? Bludgeon the dog to death. What? Bludgeon the hold on. Oh, it says bludgeon the dog of death. I thought it said bludgeon the dog to death. Of course, why would you call a dog bludgeon in the first place? I don't know. I don't know, maybe it was supposed to say bludgeon the dog to death, but they were just so worried that somebody would see that tiny text, and I don't know. Whew, I don't understand it. What kind of thieves steal a candelabra, a portrait, and a fork? Maybe the thieves from that Mr. Vague episode of Timo Supremo. And absolutely nobody has seen that episode. I am the only one who knows what I'm talking about. What has burglary come to, sir? Unless these are mere distractions. Unless the real thief is after me money bin! That little dog can't guard 2 doors at once. Where are you boys going? We're gonna catch the burglar. One of them, anyway. Yowie! Golly, I guess he can guard 2 doors at once. You boys, they're out of trouble. Let your uncle handle this. Yes, Mrs. Beakley. We'll go upstairs, Mrs. Beakley, and stay out of Uncle Scrooge's way, Mrs. Beakley. Duckworth, seal off and triple glue the doors, windows, and mouse holes. And don't forget to quadruple set the alarms as well. Yes, sir. I'll check on my money bin with these new remote monitors I just had installed. And you should go upstairs too, Abigail. I want you where it's safe. Whack! I'm being robbed. I mean really robbed this time. Duckworth, to the limo, on the double, on the triple even. I'll watch the house, don't you worry, Mr. McDuck. Meanwhile, upstairs. There's something awfully fishy about those thieves, and we're gonna find out what it is. That dog just ran around the corner. We gotta hurry. Oh, I noticed they're wearing their red, green, and blue shirts in this one. I believe I mentioned in the last issue that quite often they're shown wearing black shirts for some reason. I don't know, maybe the artist runs out of time, or maybe there's a coloring error, who knows. And a little bit of a break for some more ads for subscriptions to Disney Adventures. And you'll notice they only have two different designs for Disney Adventures because, well, they've only released 2 issues so far. If you can, like, one sibling can have one copy and another sibling can have another copy, you know, if this is one of those houses where siblings don't like to share, so I can understand that. And a special gift subscription of Disney Adventures and save more than 30%. Please send 12 issues to the individuals listed below for just $14.95 each. Okay, do they mean $14.95 each for each issue or $14.95 each order? Because either way, I wish that's what I paid for this issue. Soon at Scrooge's money bin. All right, you two, get off me property right now before I... Oops, good morning, officers. What brings you here? Just passing by to check on your property, Mr. McDuck. There have been 19 robberies in Duckburg since midnight. 19, you say? Better make that an even 20 through 24. Soon as dawn breaks... We sure followed this guy a long way. Look, he's going into that building. Come on! Shh. And really bad coloring here. This magazine's definitely showing its age with the color fading. There's Webby in the back there, and there's Webby in the front there. And there's her Quacky Patch doll. I think that's what it was called. Annual Criminal Convention. Duckburg branch will go through. So they're smart enough to unionize, but they're not smart enough to spell. I don't know, insert union joke here. Wow, this is like that big zillionaires convention Uncle Scrooge took us to last year. Only they take their zillions, not make them. Okay, let's see. Is anyone here from DuckTales, from the show? No, not that I can tell. Maybe some of them are from other comics, other Uncle Scrooge comics. Who knows? Let me say, the little hand's on the 6, and the big hand's on the 12. Ooh, boss, I bet it's 6 o'clock, boss. Isn't that when you wanted to bang your gavel, boss? Okay, you chowderheads, shut up! Apparently he's Snagglepuss. Hey, I didn't see you guys come in. You're not on the list. Hello, my name is Bruiser. He probably pinned that there because he keeps forgetting himself. We're new in town. We're the notorious Danger Ducks. Mere seconds later. Don't worry, I got my woodchuck pocket knife. No, I guess I should have said Danger Duds. Don't worry, I got my woodchuck pocket knife. If I could only reach my pocket. Shh, listen. Looks like No, I guess that's him talking. Looks like part one of our all-criminal scavenger hunt kept Duckburg busy last night. As you know, the winner will receive the coveted Criminal of the Year award. And here to keep the scores up to date are our judges, the masked mathematicians. And we have Fingers O'Malley. Ooh, that didn't age well. Mac the Kipe and Bowwell Burgle. Okay, that's kind of cute, the last one. Mac the Kipe. What's a kipe? What's a kipe? I have never heard that word before. Huh. Okay, so apparently a kipe is either a large basket or a little meat pie. Neither of which I think hold any relevance to this comic, so This is great. Nobody suspects that our beagle cousins are the judges. They've been sneaking stuff from other piles and putting it in our pile all night long. We beagles will finally win the Criminal of the Year award. So that's what's going on. Wouldn't you know the Beagle Boys would cheat to win an award for stealing? If last night was only part one of the scavenger hunt, we gotta warn Uncle Scrooge. Psst. I'll set you free. Webby, what are you doing here? Get away before that second-rate King Kong sees you! So, this is a world where anthropomorphic monkeys are a thing, so technically wouldn't a movie like King Kong be like blackface? Wouldn't that be like the equivalent of Birth of a Nation to them in this universe? Huh. Hey, who are you? I'm the infamous Tiny Tot, and this is my explosive dolly, Boom Boom! You're not on the... Hey, use Danger Duck, guys. Your name's on the list right here at the bottom. Yeah, it actually shows her adding their names to the list up here. That's some good continuity there. I'm awfully sorry about this. Boy, I must be stupid or something. No more than anyone else here. Well, you're sure strong. Do we... what? I don't know. Here's the list for part 2 of the scavenger hunt. And look, the deadline is midnight tonight. We gotta get this to Uncle Scrooge. Soon? Mr. McD, he went to get a newspaper to read all about the robberies. So naturally, he left me on guard while Gyro's inside installing some fancy new lock on the vault. Then we'll have to split up. Webby, you take this to Mrs. Beakley. She'll make sure the police prevent these robberies. We'll look for Uncle Scrooge. Roger. I just missed something significant, didn't I? Meanwhile, in town, whatever's going around here, mere money will be safe. Gyro's installing the new lock, and no one will ever guess where I've hidden the only copy of the combination. Well, let's see. It's either your robe, your spats, or your hat. Maybe your glasses, if we want to go the Transformers movie route. And yeah, a shifty guy in the back. What is he doing walking around a dangerous part of town anyway? Well, he was just there, and now he's up there? Whatever, it could be later. Huh? Yeah, I knew it. It was the hat. Not me top hat! Oh no, I gotta get that hat back! Whatever the cost! Also, he's wearing red here. Doesn't he wear blue in the show? Actually, I think he wears red sometimes in the show. I haven't watched the show in years, so I can't tell you. Where'd you go, you lily-livered crook? Oh, I'm ruined. The only copy of the combination to my new lock was hidden in the lining of me hat. But how did that thief know that? Uncle Scrooge, there's a big criminal convention in town, and the robberies are part of a scavenger hunt, and they're gonna steal more tonight. Yipes! And every thief on the continent will know how to get into me money bin. Lads, this is war. If we're up against an army of scoundrels, then we'll fight them on their own terms and win. Oh, look, one of the nephews did get a black shirt. In fact, they completely turned black. Oh, must be Fooey Duck. Yeah, there was sometimes an artistic mistake in Uncle Scrooge comics where they added a fourth nephew and they called Fooey Duck, and he was an Easter egg in an episode of DuckTales 2017, from what I understand. Later. And time's running out. Gyro, you've got to come up with another way to protect me money. Don't worry, Mr. McDuck. I'll take care of it. And we've got to get to work on our plan to get back your hat, Uncle Scrooge. And yeah, Uncle Scrooge just lets them go run off. You know, greatest uncle in the world, am I right? So that night, just after midnight, we're the Danger Ducks, remember? And he's with us. And the winners of the Criminal of the Year award go to the Beagle Butt. Stop! I declare this bogus competition unfair. I, Genghis Gold McBullion, am the greatest thief that ever stole, and I wasn't contracted to participate. Okay, you're clearly just wearing different clothes there. You didn't even take off your glasses. Everyone knows that you're Scrooge McDuck. Oh, of course nobody does. Sorry, chump, but we just won. Better luck next year. You won all right, by cheating. Well, of course we cheated. We're crooks, and good ones too. I was deliberately kept from this competition, because I would have easily won it hands down to all of you. How, Mr. Smarty Britches? Take this item on the list here. Top hat. Every pile here has a top hat, but I wouldn't have just stolen just any top hat. I would have stolen the top hat of, say, Scrooge McDuck himself. That's just what I did. That's the very hat, you braggart. So it is, you filcher. Now, if you did your homework as an expert thief would, you would know that Scrooge McDuck labels all his clothing with the letters FSMD. Ring, cane, watch, all with the McDuck label. I only steal from the best. Losing the accent there. Oh, brother. But here, no SMD. Ergo, this is not Scrooge McDuck's hat. So, what, he just ripped the tag out? Well, it's clearly there, so did he rip the tag out of the hat for what? I don't know. But it is. Look, I may steal, but my mommy taught me never to lie. How about yours? This is obviously a waste of my valuable time. Now just wait a second. Under the circumstances, why don't we hold a new event? Give everyone another chance, except the Beagles. What? If we can't compete, then we get to choose the event. How about this? Whoever first kidnaps Scrooge McDuck's little brat Webigail wins. To be continued on page 57. You know, considering how everybody's out to get Scrooge McDuck, I'm surprised he even lets his nephews and stepniece, I don't know what to call her, I'm surprised he lets any of his wards out without major security. 'Tis the season, round the world, backpack, guide to the world. These are all the things that they do around the world to celebrate the holidays. Let's see, in Haiti, they put lizards, mice, and bugs into handmade boxes and let everybody sneak a peek. San Antonio Day in Mexico, they decorate animals and give them to the local priest who blesses them with holy water. January 5th, Day of the Black Ones. Yeah, they paint themselves black and they fling white powder. And let's see, Angola, February Harvest. Girls and boys bring food to a central spot. The girls wake up and fix the meal at 1, so women's lib does not exist in that country. Denmark, you have time off from school, and you get to wake your parents up by poking them with sticks. Oh, let me tell you, if I ever woke up my parents by poking them with sticks, heck, if I ever poked them with sticks, period, then I wouldn't be alive to read you this magazine today. On Sylvester Day, the last kid out of bed is nicknamed Sylvester and has to give his brothers and sisters candies for waking up first. I'd rather be named Sylvester than Tweety. And here's a little bit of a biography about a real-life explorer, Dushan Gershi, who was a real explorer, real documentarian, went all over the world, and unfortunately, the Wikipedia article on him is quite scant, but all I really know is that he traveled around the world, made documentaries, and he died recently in 2015. But apparently he did have a long, adventurous life, and he's going to be sharing it with us in these Disney magazines. So he was born in Czechoslovakia, but he moved to the Belgian Congo, which is now called Zaire. I never figured out how to pronounce that. But he hung out, and he couldn't find any kids his age or his society. I don't know how to call it, but he was encouraged by his dad to go visit a village, and they had a game where he stood in a circle and they shot arrows at him, and one hit him in the leg, and he earned everyone's respect. So happy ending. 3 things you should know about being an explorer. An explorer doesn't fear those who are different than him or herself. That's very good advice. And an explorer keeps an open mind about what is good and bad. That's also very good advice. An explorer recognizes that underneath the differences in customs and culture, the hearts of people all over the world are the same. And that's a little more iffy. I don't want to go too far into that, but I don't think you should. I don't think you should just automatically assume that everybody thinks and has the same standards as you, especially since most standards are tied to civilization and culture. So yeah, don't automatically assume that everybody thinks that what is right the world around. All right, here's an old True Life Adventures from Disney. The Great Comet of 1882 was visible by daylight. As it orbited close to the sun, it broke into 4 pieces. These 4 new comets will circle back towards the Earth around the year 2500, but each comet's appearance will be separated by 100-year intervals. We should live that long. And a little bit about making a wreath with pine cones. That's nice. There's a little bit of leaf rubbing there, and you can make wooden flutes. Good way to spend the day if your parents have taken away the Nintendo Switch. The Big Mermaids, about manatees. Yes, they're big, and they're mammals, and they're friendly, and they can live in both salt and fresh water. They're happy just as long as it's warm. I'm pretty sure one or the other wreaks havoc on the sinuses, though. Tail of the manatee is horizontal. Hundreds of years ago, sailors saw manatees in the ocean and created the mermaid myth. That's just what the mermaids want you to think, though. Although the entire state of Florida is a manatee sanctuary, 100 or more are killed there every year. Yeah, thanks, Wally Gator from Harvey Birdman. And a little bit more about manatees there. And there's a mermaid there, automatically 100 times better than the upcoming live-action Little Mermaid. And back to our comic. Let's see, Criminal Convention, Part 2, Three's Robbery, More's a Mob. How's that for a challenge, McBullion? Kidnap, Webby, acceptable. Then the race to nab Webigail from the McDuck Mansion begins.
Oh no, Uncle Scrooge is in a real fix now. We gotta do something. Let's start by finding out where they're going. I can't find Uncle Scrooge. Sometimes I hate being little. Then we gotta get big. The beagle snuck away. If we don't warn Uncle Scrooge now, they'll get to his money bin first. Then let's hope Gyro did a good job protecting it, 'cause here goes. Yoo-hoo, bad guys. While we're worrying about the kidnapping of some kid, the Beagle Boys are getting all of Scrooge's money. After him. What?
I'd rather get a piece of McDuck's fortune than a crummy award. Mr. McD, which way do we go? No, nobody can get into McDuck's vault. We have a better chance nabbing the brat. You're gonna keep those fiends away from me money bin. I've got to save Webby. You can count on me. I just hope I know what to do when I get there.
Uncle Scrooge! Uncle Scrooge! We can't hear you. Come on, if he's going home, we better get to the money bin.
And so, in one direction... Yikes, they found us. Wait a second, they ain't following us.
Good, we can run away easier.
No, you numbskull. We'll wait here and let those jokers do the dirty work. After they make it into the vault, we'll take over. One door coming up. All of me against all of them. Well, no problem. I once battled a squadron of squid all by my lonesome. Of course, it took me 3 weeks to recuperate, but...
Gyro is supposed to take the money bin.
It looks like Gyro took the day off. It's up to us now. Charge! And in the other direction.
Bless me poor beating heart. I made it here first.
Duckworth, Mrs. Beakley, anybody!
So how'd he get to the convention if he didn't drive?
Sir, we received a warning that a kidnapping attempt was going to be made on Webigail.
Hey, I've come to warn you that a kidnapping attempt is... Say again?
I stayed here to defend the attackers off, sir, while Mrs. Beakley took Webbigail to your money bin. We felt it was the safest place for her.
Ah! You did what?
And back in the other direction. Halt! Halt! In the name of the law! I said halt! In the name of the law! What? Oh, what's that idiot saying down there? I don't know, but my head hurts. Oh, how can anyone hear me in all this? Whoa! Yowie! Oh, hey, what was that? Boy, I didn't know it was baseball season. Eek! Zing, boink, oopsie, boom. By me kids, it's a war! Mr. McDuck, you're really Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, really? What tipped you off? Hey, and you're really in a heap of hot water, you warmongers.
And trash? Wait a minute. Is that a trash? Is that a door, or is that leading to the trash? Huh. Run! If he catches us, he'll get us locked up for life.
Oh, you're gonna get locked up, all right.
Okay, who's got the keys? Oh, you guys aren't gonna like this. Oh, so it is just a door, and he sent the thing. Okay, he sent the thing rolling at them. Okay. Well, what was a door? Hold on. Was that earlier in the comic? Okay, well, what's a trash door doing just sitting there? Huh. Anyway, soon after, thanks to your nephew. Let's see, he looks like Don Knotts. Can I do Don Knotts? Thanks to your nephews and your butler, we caught all the burglars and the kidnappers. I'm pretty sure you need 2 P's in that one. This bunch here will soon be behind bars. Duckburg is grateful, Mr. McDuck. All pleasure. Speak for yourself. Burp. And another subscription card. I think we get the point by now. The World of Spies. Yeah, it's too bad this isn't the world of Spy versus Spy. I would love to see the black one blow up the white one and vice versa for a little bit here. So, a little bit of history about spies. I'm pretty sure spies have existed since day one. They are the 2nd oldest profession in the world. We got some Moses. We got Alexander the Great. Guy shaved a message. Guy tattooed a message on his servant's head back in Greek times. And the servant said, "Shave my head." That was nice of him. Spanish invasion of Britain. The English were ready, and they easily defeated the Spanish Armada. Everybody expects the Spanish Armada. General George Washington had Secret Service. And there's Mata Hari there. A little bit more about spies. Jimmy Bozart cracked a spy ring by accident when he snapped open a nickel. Well, imagine what he could have discovered if he snapped open the quarter. And a couple famous spies. And that looks like the spy font for those I Spy books, as well as the Spy versus Spy that I just brought up. So, can they actually use that font? I don't know. Nathan Hale, the teacher turned spy, and from what I understand, a lot of history around him is actually made up. That not everything that we know about him is true. Especially, he did not say, "I only regret that I have one life to lose for my country." That was apparently completely made up whole cloth by his brother. Emma Edmonds, yes, that was the lady famous for disguising herself as a black person and spying on the Confederates. You know, how well would that go over today? Like, even if you're trying to save your life, even if you're trying to avoid discovery and trying to keep safe. Like, if you were a white person disguising yourself as a black person, and you did manage to get to safety, then I don't know, how would your reputation fare? How would you be hounded the rest of your life because you willingly put on blackface, even though it was for a good cause? I don't know, something to think about. And Major Peter J. Ortiz, the legend of Chamberlain, Chamberlain. I don't know. I don't know about him. I haven't heard of him. But he did a whole bunch of stuff during World War II, and he was never, well, he was captured, but he was never unmasked, so he served his country well, I guess. And a whole bunch of spy gadgets, all of which I'm sure are completely outdated. And they don't have a shoe phone on here, so clearly they're not up to date. And let's see. Secret codes. You're a secret agent trapped behind enemy lines. Code, cipher. So there's the cipher right there. There's the Caesarian cipher. Oh, the Caesar cipher. So there's the cipher right there. I'll let you take some screenshots of that. Okay, and now you can translate that, and you can translate that, and you can translate something from something for later in this magazine if the earlier statement, earlier contest description was accurate. So I'm not going to do that. It'll take too long, so just enjoy doing that yourself. And if you can read this, you can catch a spy. Well, seeing as how faded it is, no, I cannot read that. I am sorry. Now that you've learned to solve secret messages, try your cipher skills in the Color Me Adventurous game. Oh, well, that's what I was just saying. So, yeah, later on, this cipher is going to prove important. So, keep that in mind. I don't know, print it out or something. Spy-O-Rama! Yes, a bunch of spy stuff. So we got the James Bond, we got the Cloak and Dagger, so yeah, movies. I used to think that Fred Savage was in Cloak and Dagger, but no, it's the kid from E.T. Yeah, so yeah, Cloak and Dagger, I know that one, I think, I've heard of it. Notorious, I don't know that one. Riley, the Ace of Spies, Father Goose, North by Northwest, Third Man, Manhari, go and then television, I Spy, Get Smart. Yeah, there's the shoe phone that I was just that I was referencing earlier. Sorry about that, Chief. Yeah, Get Smart was pretty good for the first 2 seasons, and then yeah, the show is a prime example of Flanderization. Mission Impossible, not the Tom Cruise movies, but the original series with Leonard Nimoy and Peter Graves and Sam Elliott and some other names that unfortunately have dropped off the map. Scarecrow and Mrs. King, yeah, there's Tron right there. There's Bruce Boxleitner. At least I believe it is. Yeah, I believe that's Bruce Boxleitner. I haven't actually seen the show, so that's just what I've heard. And a whole bunch of Disney comics. Yes, they've been making Disney comics since, well, Disney first started. And if you want to see, I'm sure you can find a lot of these on eBay. DuckTales in The Littlest Gizmo Duck. A dream come true takes shape in Scrooge McDuck's garage. Yeah, that's the last bolt. Now we're the only kids on the block with their own Gizmo Duck suit. You mean the only kids in the world? I hope everyone else won't want one. How long did it take us to build this thing? What comes after 1 trillion seconds? And we're back to black shirts. Again, I don't know if that was a printing error or if it was just done to save time. Okay, guys, pick straws. Only one of us can wear the Gizmo Duck suit in the school's crime fair tomorrow. Here's hoping it's me. Hey, you guys forgot somebody. It's me! I helped build that suit! I want a chance to wear it too! Webby, get serious! You can't be a Gizmo Duck! You're a girl! You're just stuck with Captain Marvel. Oh yeah? Then you can't be a Gizmo Duck either, cause he's not a boy! He's a robot! Yeah, you got a point there. Oh boy, Fenton. What did Fenton sound like? You kids miss your uncle's art exhibition, and I won't just be an accountant, I'll be unemployed! Girls aren't crime fighters. If the guys at school catch Webby in our suit, you can kiss our reputations goodbye. Meanwhile, at the Duckburg Museum of Fine Art, the Beagle Boys work to send another reputation packing. Ma's plan is perfect. We swipe Scrooge's priceless collection of money art and stick them with Ma's very own hand-painted replacements. Except those are obviously different pictures, so what are you hoping to accomplish? They're obviously going to tell that they're fakes. So why go through the effort of painting new pictures? I don't know. A few rooms away. When Uncle Scrooge sees me in this suit, he'll definitely want me to wear it tomorrow.
Yuck, the only pictures here are of boring money.
I'm starting to lose the ability to do that voice.
And money's lots more fun to spend than to look at. Uh-oh, Webby's disappeared with our Gizmo Duck suit. Come on, we gotta find her. Halt, you evildoers! No one escapes Gizmo Duck! Neat, huh? Who says girls can't be crime fighters? Shh, that shadow! Someone is in there! And they're stealing Uncle Scrooge's paintings! This is a job for Gizmo Duck! Put down that art and your hands up!
It's the law, boys! Every beagle for himself!
Put the brakes on it, you muzzled heads! That's not the real Gizmo Duck! Hey, they're Scrooge's nephews! And there's nothing like duck napping to top off a day of honest larceny!
So, wow, she earned their appreciation fast. I mean, that was fast. Nab 'em!
Uh-oh, it's the Beagle Boys! Webby, use the suit! Nobody nabs Gizmo Duck!
With cream? Yum! Treats before tricks!
That fake suit's not stopping them! Run!
What exactly were they hoping to accomplish if they only put whipped cream on the suit?
Leave us alone, you bully!
The more the merrier, kiddies!
Yeah, Uncle Scrooge will be here any second, with the real Gizmo Duck!
I read that out of order. Hey, you up there! Tell McDuck we got the kids! Well, Webby got in a shot there. What does that say right there? Fingers and hand. Yep, pretty accurate.
All my air on their heads, and I'll import every banshee in Scotland to hound you, you scoundrels!
Cough up all your art treasures. I got to just take us out of here, and no one gets hurt. But Mr. Scrooge, he's talking zillions of dollars. Say, tell me something I don't know, but I have to play along with them until I can come up with a plan. And just to be sure you don't try nothing screwy, the girl's coming with us.
I can't take Webby! Fenton, time for the real Gizmo Duck! I could have said that better myself!
So, Gizmo Duck was plan B?
Blather in! Blather skeet!
Moments later.
All right, Beagle Boys!
Give it up, kid. That phony costume don't impress nobody nohow.
If it's impressions you want, try this on for size. Fishing by Homer. Now that's a catch.
I'll take care of the boys. You'll save Webby.
Bad guys don't have a leg to stand on when Gizmo Duck appears.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's using whipped cream properly. Later.
I hope you kids learned your lesson. Crime fighting's dangerous no matter who you are.
Now who's gonna wear this to the crime fair? When will I learn to keep my big beak shut? Well, why does he have to wear it to the crime fair? They could still wear it, they just can't use it. Whatever. Now, I've actually read this comic before, surprisingly enough. Way back in the day, I couldn't have been older than 8, but I lived in a teeny tiny town, and that teeny tiny town had a, actually, pretty massive library, but nothing in the library could have been newer than, like, 1990. In fact, most of it looked like it was stuck in the 1970s. But they did have some Disney comics, including some relatively, well, like I say, it was still back in 1990, but they were published when DuckTales was still going, I believe. And yeah, this was one of those comics and one of those books. So I have read this story before, so this is kind of a little bit of a nostalgic blast from the past. So thank you, Disney Adventures. You have proven to be even more nostalgic than I gave you credit for. Cyber, Kid Tech, and Science. Imagine a building large enough to hold a city. A whole city? Well, more like 130,000 people, which is close to 33,000 families. Now imagine all those people working together every day as they fly up and down in 76 atomic-powered elevators from... looking down from a mile high. From ground level up to the 528th floor. Yes, the 528th floor! Well, World Trade Center, gotta black that out. You know, we gotta forget that ever happened because it's just too painful a thought. No, seriously, they're still censoring shots of the World Trade Center in earlier movies. It's ridiculous. Finally, imagine this building to be in the shape of your father's camera tripod, from which 100 helicopters can fly off platforms on all sides of the building. Where to park? Try enough spaces for 15,000 cars. Well, it sounds like for this building you need the space for an entire city, so why not just build an entire city instead of just one building? Anyway, the Mile High Illinois building was proposed to the blah, blah, blah. Building strong and light and flexible enough to skyscraper on Earth. Just how high is a mile? 5 times the height of 110 floors. And it would cost $13 billion, so the Mile High never even got a foot off the ground. Yeah, the tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa, and from what I understand, that's not even half a mile high. It takes 6 automatic window washing machines to clean the outside of the Sears Tower in Chicago, and they do it 8 times a year. There are 99 elevators in New York City's World Trade Center. Not anymore. That building's currently ground level. The foundation of the Texas Commerce Tower is made of more concrete than 11 miles of highway. It took 1,000 cement trucks to pour it all in. Wood in the elevators of Chrysler Building was shipped to New York from Africa, Cuba, and New Guinea. There are 1,860 steps in New York's Empire State Building. John Hancock Center in Chicago is exactly 100 stories tall, except it's not called the John Hancock Center anymore. They lost the trademark on the building because John Hancock Insurance moved out a long time ago, so now it just goes by its address. I don't remember what its address is, but that's what it goes by. It was once believed that the triangular shape of the Bank of China would bring bad luck. I don't know any anecdotes about the Bank of China, so I can't tell you if that's true or not. One company wants to build the tallest building in the world in Chicago. The building would have 125 stories, and it would measure 1,999 feet. It would also be made of a new extra-strength concrete that would allow it to be constructed without a wide base. That means it would be so thin it would fit on a lot smaller than one city block. Although construction has not yet begun, the building is scheduled to open in 1993. And that did not happen, from what I understand. Like I said, the tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, I believe. And currently the tallest building in Chicago is the Willis Tower at a scant 1,450 feet, followed by the Trump Tower. So, yeah, that project never went anywhere. Same as the Mile High project. Let's see. Eye on you. Let's see. So bats and owls may be night creatures, but how far can you see at night? You could see a match struck 50 miles away if it was perfect. And humans can recognize 10 million different colors. Pretty neat when you consider that Crayola only makes 72 different colored crayons, not including flesh anymore, hopefully. Do you forget to turn your light off? And 875 hours. Yeah, batteries are wasted batteries are wasted more with the volume turned all the way up. The next time you meet an Eskimo, ooh, again, the magazine is showing its age. Inuits have only 2 languages, but more than 30 words for snow. From what I understand, that's a myth. They don't have 30 words. They have different descriptors, but they don't have 30 words. That's just what I've heard anyway. And then the clock runs clockwise because in the northern hemisphere, that's the direction that the sun and the shadows go. And there's some spy gear that you can buy. Or you can buy stuff from the company actually called Spy Gear. Or is it Spy Tech? Something like that. But obviously all this stuff is completely outdated. I mean, nowadays you can get like recording glasses for like nothing. So, forget about all these walkie-talkies and the long-range microphone and everything. And here we go with another comic, which, oh great, my voice hasn't recovered from doing the DuckTales, and now I gotta do the Chipmunks. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the Great Grand Prix.
It must be really exciting to have your best friend racing in the Grand Prix, Gadget. Look, there she is now. Melody!
Gadget!
It's been too long. How have you been? Faster and faster, better and better. It's great to meet you, Melody. I'm Chip.
And I'm Dale. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
What you said. I have to get back on the track now. Tomorrow's the big race, and I still have a lot more practicing ahead of me.
Elsewhere on the track, You adults had... what does it sound like again? You adults had better make sure our car wins. I want that prize money. But Melody's too good. She always finishes first. I don't remember what his henchmen sound like. Then I'd suggest she doesn't finish at all. There, that should do it. With her wheels loosened, Melody won't make it past the first lap. The next day. And they're off. Go, Melody, go. You can do it. I don't think I can do Monterey Jack. And, you know, a whole day has passed. You know, it's not like they check the cars right before the races, you know. Anyway, they're off. It won't be long now. The screw should loosen on her next turn. I'll be ahead of the pack once I get past this turn. Oh, no! My buttons. Whoosh. Now that's clever. They put little cans along the sides of the racetrack to establish barriers. That's fun. Watch out! Lummy, she's gonna crash! My only chance is to avoid the oil barrels. Bam! What happened? Oh, her helmet fell off somehow, so yeah, she's concussed. Melody's been pretty badly shaken up. There's no way she can continue. No, I've got to finish the race. We can't let Fat Cat win. We won't, Melody. I'll finish the race for you. You will? Gadget, you're the best friend I ever had. You sure about this, lass? Jack, just tighten those wheels and watch my smoke. Go for it, Gadget. I'll see you in the winner's circle. Isn't there a rule against racers changing vehicles? I'm pretty sure she's disqualified. Whatever. You know, I don't think Melody's accident was an accident at all. The rescue rangers had better investigate. Those foolish rangers. Having one of their friends hurt didn't teach them anything. Let's see if they learn their lesson this time. Those rangers don't stand a chance against me. On a bet. Snap. Woo! So how big are they supposed to be in comparison to Fat Cat, in relation to Fat Cat? I mean, they're little mice, but it looks like they just he's only twice their height. So, I don't know, shouldn't they be a lot smaller? Whatever. Oh, this has not been a good day. Meanwhile, come on, go! Yay, she's won! What a great race! You really did it, Gadget! We all did it! You, me, and the Rescue Rangers! Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, burp. All right, and now we got some little interviews with some Disney Adventures All-Star kids. So they're talking about kids who are training for sports. So first we have Ryan Heckman, age 16, sport Nordic combined skiing, Winter Park, Colorado, ranked 6th in the U.S. 6th what? I have no idea. But yeah, he's a competitive skier, and from what I read, he placed 8th in the 1992 Winter Olympics, and now he owns a private equity firm somewhere in Colorado, so good for him. Or her, or them, or I don't know. I don't know if they're still what they were born as. I don't judge. Next we have Tiffany Woolsey, a basketball player, age 17, Shelbyville, Tennessee, has scored nearly 2,300 points in her high school career, is expected to break the state record of 2,800 points this year. I don't know about that. She did break her leg in her senior year, so that kind of derailed her career for a little bit. But she did serve a season with the Houston Comets, the legendary Houston Comets, where she won 2 championship awards. So good for her. Good for her. Them. I should just say them. Sue Mertz, age 18, sport hockey, home Greenwich, Connecticut, one of only 2 high school players to make the national women's hockey team, and she got gold in the 1998 Olympics, and then silver in 2002. Not bad at all. Lisa Irvin, age 14, sport figure skating, Lakewood, Ohio, one of 4 American women and the only woman under 19 who can do triple flips, the second most difficult maneuver in ice skating. Really good. So yeah, she got silver 3 years in a row in the junior skating championship, something like that. And then she had to retire from skating for an eating disorder, and nowadays she coaches skating in New York. Really good, really good. And finally, Casey Fitz-Randolph, age 15, speed skating, home Madison, Wisconsin. Won medals in 4 out of 5 events he entered at the 1990 Olympic Sports Festival. And then later in 2002, he became the Olympic champion at the 500-meter speed skating. So, yeah, all these kids, they really put their mind to what they wanted to do, and they succeeded. So, good for them. Good for them. And then we have some more Tailspin Happy Meal toys, which, as I said in the last magazine, I'm still finding to this day. I'm still finding unopened versions of these toys. That's just how many they made of these. I guess that also shows how popular Tailspin was back in the day, as in nobody really wanted the toys. Now, here's an interesting one. This is the Pond Racer chasing another record. So, basically, it's detailing them trying to make one of the fastest planes in the world. So, basically, they wanted to create a plane that could take the place of all these vintage World War II planes that were getting destroyed in air shows. But they also wanted to make a very small, very fast plane that, well, as it says right there, it would go 528 miles per hour. However, all their attempts couldn't go more than 400 miles per hour, and they were rife with problems, with mechanical problems, mostly because of oil. They had significant oil leakages with every single version. And then around 1994, their latest version just up and crashed and killed the pilot, and that was the end of that. Whoop-de-doo. And here's some tech you could get if you were a skiing enthusiast back in the day. So you could get some Timex watches that's got a timer, alarm, and a thermometer, and it's waterproof. Oh, that's actually not bad. That's even for today, that's not a bad option. And then you got some ear wraps, which that's one of the most 90s things that you could imagine from, yeah. And then you can keep your Walkman in a little pouch that stretches and keeps things. Oh man, nostalgia. Nothing says nostalgia more than old music players. I remember I had an iPod and I thought that was top of the line, but you know, nowadays everybody just listens to, well, nowadays everybody does everything on their phones. I don't think there's a single thing that phones can't do that any other regular piece of technology can do. So, I mean, it can't microwave your popcorn, obviously, but like I'm saying, it's we're talking technology, not hardware. Yes, there is a difference, and more attempts to get you to subscribe to Disney Adventures. If I knew about this back in the day, then I would have asked for a subscription. And here we go with another comic, the last one. This one is Tailspin, Pirate for a Day. Oh, my voice is really giving out. Don Carnage is giving Kit and Baloo a little flack today. That pesky pirate's gonna make me late again. That's the excuse he gave Miss Cunningham last week, Baloo. Yeah, well, this time it's true. Where are you going, little britches? I'm gonna make Don Carnage wish he picked on someone else. Good luck flying with any propeller blades, sucker. Wow, that's what is that? What is that? I thought he had like a boomerang. Well, he's riding on the boomerang, but I don't know what he has. That looks like a vinyl record. Ugh, heavy metal vinyl record. And tell your boss it was Kit and Baloo who sent you packing. Oh, who else? Who else do they run into in the show? I think we're in trouble, boss. You'll call that thinking? Dave, you idiot. I don't know if I can do the Ricky Ricardo voice. I'm too young to die. No, I'm too young to die, as well as too handsome, too clever, too everything. No one is capable of handling operations when I am not here. How did I, the dread pirate Don Carnage, get into this mess? It was Kit, sir. Kit did it.
Kit, yes, he is good, isn't he? Almost a proper success to yours truly,
Rebecca, Carnage did make us late. Would I put these bullet holes in the sea duct just to try and fool you?
You might.
Kid, you're coming with us.
The captain has plans for you, big plans.
Nobody noticed them landing on a private air dock or sea dock, huh? That's airline security for you. Pre 9/11.
Yes, I need a protege. Thus I, Don Carnage, am going to satisfy your heart's desire and make you a pirate again, just like me. Boy, I'm thrilled. I knew you would be overjoyed. First step, you must learn to fly the plane.
But
I'd rather play with this radio. This is Kit with Don Carnage. Can you read?
Boss, look at what he's grabbing.
No, my little pirate. Don't touch that button.
What button? The eject button. It is very dangerous.
I don't see any button.
He means this button, stupid.
Oh, that button.
Okay, that's funny.
Sit here, my planning protege. I do not want you to hurt yourself until you become as smart as me.
Oh, I've never be that smart, Captain, sir.
You are absolutely right, of course. I am now going to raid the good ship Queen Faraday to show you how truly smart I am. I can hardly wait.
First, I will turn on the radio so I can tell my men what to do.
That's off, Captain.
Idiot! I pushed the switch to where it was not before, and that is on. Raid the good ship Queen Faraday.
Oh, Baloo, it's Carnage, and he's got Kit. Come on, we have to save him.
A pirate raid's no place for an office type like you, Rebecca.
And a rescue operation that takes brains is no place for you.
Touché.
I'm coming along anyway.
Meanwhile, Kit's pirate lessons and the raid continue. All right, men, I want half of you to go around the ship and flying backwards. Any half of you. Any backwards, sir? As my successor, I give you the great honor of firing the rockets when I say the word kablooey.
You'll never regret this.
I think you will, sir. You do not like the word. It is a wonderful word. But you fire the rockets and everything goes kablooey.
Kablooey? Aye, Captain.
Uh-oh.
Ahoy, all you swabbies. Oh, ho, ho. This is the pirate Kit coming at ya.
I admire your enthusiasm for pirating, Kit, but perhaps I have been a tad too ambitious in my plans for you. There he is. Why, that swashbuckling scum is firing rockets at his own men.
Maybe it's someone's birthday.
Oh, Baloo, don't hit him. Don't hit them. You got it backwards, Rebecca. They're trying to hit us.
I hope Kit is all right. This smoke is terrible.
Hang on to your hat, Miss Cunningham, because I intend to find out.
I have decided that you should start with the basics. Sword fighting. You look ridiculous. Ow! It's overboard with you, matey.
But, Captain, it's a long way down and I don't like to swim. Couldn't we discuss this?
Tell it to the fishes, mad dog.
I hate water! Ooh, that is a fiendishly clever sort of thing I would do.
I'm touched. Now it's your turn to jump.
Ha! You are not so clever as I. I am too smart to give you a real sword. Go ahead, try your worst. I stand on the end of the plank to prove my point. Come, my traitorous corsair, I'll wait.
Sword's rubber.
Okay. What the? Catch! Okay. Yay! Okay, this is actually the funniest story so far.
Listen, it's Kit. I'm A-okay over here, but watch for falling pirates. This is Kit, over and out.
Well, looky here. It's Mad Dog.
Ugh. And we've got company.
Ugh. At least we had company. Come on home, Miss Cunningham. Ooh, you make me so angry for getting into this mess.
Me? I told you. It was Kit.
Don't ever mention that name to me again. Just swim. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, that was funny. That was the best one in this game. Okay, and now we're on the puzzles, most of which have probably already been done, so this is going to be quick. Puzzling presents. The presents are placed in the shape of a Christmas tree. See if you can move 3 of the gifts so that the tree shape is right side up. Don't just turn the page upside down. You don't tell me what to do.
All right, this is a classic logic puzzle. Now, if I remember correctly, you take that present and you put it there, then you take that present and you put it there, and then you take that present and you put it there. And there you go. Mixed up video. You may not recognize these mixed up videos, but they're all real movies. See if you can unscramble all 12 titles. Hint, each Scrabble title has the same number of words as the real title. Okay, Throw Dream Frog Barbie. Oh, I need to find out what that one is. Cut the Tofu. Oh, that's even better. Rest Cart, Aunt Mab. Well, that's obviously Batman. Klek Nubu. I don't know. Rem Sling. I'm going to guess that's Gremlins. Icy Jet Lube. Dark Tiki, Dark City, and Lake Ducts. Oh man, I gotta find out what these are. In a minute, I'm gonna look at the answers later. Puzzling pizza. Which pizza is made from the 8 slices above? Obviously, it's that one because that's the only one with 1 green slice. These other 2 have 2 green slices, and the others have none. So it's this one. That was easy. And here's that Puss in Boots NES game again, and like I say, I haven't played it. This did appear on an episode of Captain N, the Game Master. That's all I know about it. Here's a tree maze made out of toothpaste and toothbrushes. Very inventive. I'm not going to do the maze. It looks like somebody already did it for me, so good for them. And Candy Confusion. 31 different brand names of candy hidden in this puzzle. Yeah, it looks like somebody already beat me to that as well. So we have Milk Duds, Munch, Mounds, Crunch, Twix, Hershey, O. Henry, Tootsie Rolls, Snaps, Nibs, Butterfinger, Skittles, Reese's Pieces, Bounty, Twizzlers, Milky Way, Baby Ruth, M&M's, Starburst, Good and Plenty, Whoppers, Snickers, Chuckles. Never heard of that one. Did I do Crunch already? I don't know. There you go. Oh, Zero Bar, Zero and Score. Wow, Score was around back then? Score is kind of an international candy bar, at least for me. I don't see it much in America other than import stores. And that was short. Okay, here's the answers. So, Uncle Buck is Klek Nubu. Dick Tracy is Dark City. Karate Kid is Dark Tiki. Ghostbusters is Borosh. Oh. Cut the Tofu break his back to the future. Oh, I love it. And Who Framed Roger? Oh my god. I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit is Throw Dream Frog Barbie. I love it. Batman is obviously Aunt Mab, of course. Almost Ant-Man, but you know, the movie wouldn't be out for another 15 years. No, actually, 25 years. God, this magazine's old. Beetlejuice is Icy Jet Lube. I should have seen that one. Star Trek is Rest Cart. That sounds like the exact opposite of Star Trek. Gremlins, yeah, I got that one. DuckTales is Lake Ducts. That almost works. That almost works. Wouldn't that be interesting if there was a place called Lake Ducts in DuckTales? That would almost work in that universe. And then the Jungle Book is Het Bungle Kojo, which sounds like an anime version of the Jungle Book. I'm sure that, yeah, they do have at least one anime version of the Jungle Book, which was made by, Mondo TV, I think they were called. You know, this really cheapo cartoon studio that outsources all their animation to North Korea, and every single property they create is some of the cheapest, trippiest crap you'll ever see. Let's see, and we got the other puzzles. The Great Captain Crunch Caper. The Crunch Bowl. It's the Crunch Games, and if you can find the crunch berries on their bush, the peanut butter crunches bird egg, and the guppy, I'll send you a surprise. Alright, let's see. Well, there's the crunch berries. I assume that's the crunch berries. That's a new way to do the wave. We got sea monster, guy lifting weights, bike people, tennis, water polo, whatever. Giraffe on a speedboat. There's the guppy, and there's a bush. I think that's a bush. What else were we looking for? Crunch berries, peanut butter crunches, bird egg. Bird egg. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the egg. Okay, cool. I found them all. What did I win? What's it? What's the date? What's the last day I can send this in? August 31st, 1991. Okay, I just have to go back over a year before I was born and tell myself to... Well, no, that's not going to work because I'm not born. And goodbye! And, oh, Little Nemo the Dream Master. That is actually the first console game I ever owned. Yeah, my parents actually got a Nintendo Entertainment System at an auction way back when, and this was the game that came with it. Now, I didn't know that, of course, this was before my time, so I didn't know that games even looked like this back then. The most recent game system that I knew about at the time was the Super Nintendo, so I had no idea what a Nintendo Entertainment System was and all that, so I didn't know that. I didn't even know about Super Mario Bros. I thought that Super Mario World was where it started, so I was very surprised to see all these older graphics. I don't know. I never beat this when I was younger. I think much later on, I played this on emulation and I beat it, but I don't remember. I do remember that when I first got this game, it was glitched because, again, I didn't know anything about cartridges or anything, so I got the game, it was glitched, and so everything just looked like a mess of pixels, and somehow... the frog thing, the first thing that you feed the candies to so you can turn into, it somehow looked like a woman, like an anime woman. And when you fed it the candy, it had like big eyes and it blinked. At least that's what it looked like through all that corruption. So, yeah, that's what I remember the game for. Not as what it actually is, but what it was when I first played it. Just a little interesting anecdote there, at least to me. And there's Tailspin, and I don't know. I haven't heard of people that hate this show, but I haven't heard it get high praise either. So it's just one of those shows that kind of existed for a while. Hey, it's me again. You may remember that in the magazine they were teasing a contest where you could go be an animator for a day if you filled out a game card, and you may be wondering where that game card is. Well, as I was reading through the magazine for the first time, it wasn't there. Yeah, this magazine was I was on a pile of stuff that fell over, and I had to clean it all up. And when I was pretty sure that the game card was in there, but when I looked in the magazine again, it wasn't in there. So I just figured that I was going to get away with not showing the game card for this video. But at the very last minute, I found it. It was under my desk. So let's go over the game card really quick. And yep, win the animation adventure of a lifetime in the Disney Adventures Color Me Adventurous game. Grand prize, be a Disney animator for a day. Yeah, I think I already went over all that. Collector's Series animation cells. I think I would actually prefer that. And then Disney Adventures magazine, 6 big issues of Disney Adventures. That would probably be as much as the animation cells nowadays. All right, let's see if we win. Color Me Adventurous game, Tailspin. Are you ready for mystery, fun, and adventure? It's all here when you join Baloo, Kit, Wildcat, and Rebecca in their Color Me Adventurous game, and it's easy to play. The Tailspin crew is getting ready for a flight to a remote island. Kit is busy loading the secret cargo while Rebecca checks off the crates. Wildcat is tuning the Sea Duck's engines, and Baloo is mapping the flight plan. But the Tailspin crew needs your help to get to their destination. Someone has been trying to sabotage their journey. Help Rebecca get the right number of crates on board, choose the right tools for Wildcat, solve the mystery of the secret cargo with Kit, and find the shortest route to the island for Baloo. Solve all of the puzzles and write in your answers on the game card. Everything you need to play is right here. After you have solved all the puzzles, fill out the official entry form portion of the Tailspin Color Me Adventures game card. Then simply fold up the entry and drop it in the mail. See official rules for complete details. So get ready for high-flying fun and island adventure with Baloo, Kit, and the Tailspin crew. You may win the animation adventure of a lifetime and be a Disney animator for a day. Hard pass. So let's open it up. Official rules. We'll get back to that. And there you go. That's all you need to know. Okay, first of all, someone, perhaps Don Carnage or his goons, has written false directions on the map to Louie's place. Can you help Baloo map a safe route to his destination? Okay, so it's a bit of a map. No, it's a bit of a maze, maze map. And it looks like somebody's already done that. And again, these mazes are very badly laid out, so I don't know where you are allowed and not allowed to go. So let's skip that one. Wildcat is a mechanical genius, but he seems to have misplaced 2 important tools. Can you find them? I'm going to assume, let's see, W-E... No, I don't know what it is. But because I thought it was wrench, but... Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I was thinking it was spelled wench for a minute. Oh, God, where's my mind go? But yeah, W-R-E-N-C-H and H-A-M-M-E-R. Okay, wrench and hammer. So there's the wrench, and there's the hammer, I guess. That old-timey mallet there. And I think you could do more damage with that fishbone than that old mallet. Okay, While loading the crates, Kit thinks he has figured out what the secret cargo is. Can you use the Caesar cipher decoder from the Big Adventures section, pages 74 and 75, in the November issue of Disney Adventures magazine to help Kit? Technically, that's what we just went over. The November issue was dated December because that's when they take the stuff off the newsstand. That's what the date actually means, from what I understand. And yeah, you can do that yourself. Don Carnage has sabotaged the secret shipment with bogus crates. Help Rebecca sort out the real cargo. How many bogus crates are there? Hint, Don Carnage, DK Limited, takes his business personally. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guess that's it. There's 8. Okay, I guess we won. So we need to... When do we need to send this in? Send in by December 31st, 1990. Now, what would happen if we sent this in and backdated it to be before December 31st, 1990? You think they'd... Well, I'm sure somebody's already won the contest, but I don't know. Maybe we could have won one of the other prizes. Maybe they still have some of the other prizes lying around somewhere. They put them right next to the original version of Emperor's New Groove, I'm sure. Anything else we need to know? No? Okay, there you go then. And there you go. There is yet another issue of Disney Adventures. Were your nostalgia buttons tripped? Well, I hope so. I hope you got something out of this hour and a half. So thanks everyone for tuning in. See you later, and